Arizona Republican Congresswoman Debbie Lesko is introducing a resolution today that echoes the president's executive order. She joins us now live to talk all about it. Congresswoman, thank you for being here with us this morning.
Thank you for having me. Yes, this is so important. Most of the constituents that contact me are so angry about this lawlessness going on that Democrat-run cities are just allowing monuments to be defaced, toppled, and doing nothing about it. This is total insanity. So I just did legislation that would back up President Trump's executive order to protect these monuments, make sure we prosecute people that destroy and deface monuments, and say federal grant money isn't going to go to states or cities that allow this lawlessness to continue.
We've seen that happen in Minnesota, where the governor had asked for that money and President Trump saying no. Do you think that law and order will really be a top priority for voters when they head to the polls this November?
Absolutely. People just cannot believe what is going on. And you saw yesterday how the largest police union organization has endorsed Trump. And in the past, they had endorsed Biden. So they see it too. President Trump and Republicans stand up for the police associations, the police officers, and the Democrats just support this lawlessness. It's just unbelievable. Here in Arizona and across the nation, more and more people, for the first time, are buying guns. They feel like they have to defend themselves with this crazy radical call by my Democratic colleagues to defund and dismantle the police. It's absolute insanity.
We know that that will weigh heavily on voters' minds. I mean, if you're becoming a first-time gun owner during this time, that will definitely impact potentially who you're casting your ballot for come November. Of course, we have to keep in mind coronavirus and health concerns will also weigh on Americans. I want to talk specifically about the cases in Arizona. We're seeing them rise. In fact, the executive director of the Arizona Public Health Association was saying, quote, "We have for the last 3 weeks been the worst in the entire country," going on to say that the state was doing great at first, but reopened too quickly. Are these surging cases concerning to you?
Well, of course, anytime there's people going to the hospitals and are sick, it's very concerning. But let's look at the facts. In Arizona, right on the Johns Hopkins University website, it says Arizona has 31.3 deaths per 100,000 people from COVID. Compare that to New Jersey, which was 175 deaths per 100,000 people. And if I would encourage people to go on the Johns Hopkins website and look for themselves, because all this hysteria about Arizona, we still have bed capacity, we still have plenty of ventilators, and so people need to look at the facts if at all possible. I'm trying to get them out there. Other people are trying to get them out there, because often the media just, focuses in on a worst case scenario, and people think that's what's happening everywhere. Now, I don't discount people have to be safe. We have to be safe, but we need to reopen schools in person, and we need to reopen our society.
And I want to be clear that the video that we're showing here, it's not guaranteed it's Arizona. So just so our viewers at home are aware, as you are saying, you're mentioning that the hospitals have not reached capacity and those ventilators are not completely in use either. So thank you for clarifying that for us here. Do want to also mention that the mayor of Phoenix, I'm sure you've heard, is calling on Governor Ducey to issue a statewide mask mandate here. Again, I know you were talking about the death rate compared to potentially New Jersey or New York, but if there's anything that could be done to potentially keep the numbers of those who might pass from COVID-19 down, do you think a mask order would be able to help that?
Well, Governor Ducey already said that local cities and counties can enact a mask mandate. And here in Maricopa County, which includes the Phoenix metropolitan area, they already did that. The county did it. And I think it's better to do it on a city and county basis, because every city and county throughout Arizona is different. There's some rural areas that have hardly any outbreaks. So no, a statewide mask mandate is not needed, and I would totally advise against it.
All right, that's Arizona Republican Congresswoman Debbie Lesko joining us this morning. Congresswoman, thank you.
Thank you.